Okay, get out your science books. We're going to lesson 2 on page 99. This lesson is focusing on soil. What is soil? Engage your brain. Find the answer to the question in the lesson. How can people use soil? Active reading. You're going to look at the lesson and find the 4 vocabulary terms and write them there. Super soil. Soil is made up of small pieces of rock and once living things. We use soil to grow plants. Active reading. Find the sentence that tells the meaning of soil. Draw a line under the sentence. Okay, well, here is one vocabulary term. And after it says is, so if it says is, that means this is what soil is. This is the definition of soil. So soil is made up of small pieces of rock and once living things. Down here, soil forms a layer on parts of Earth's surface. Soil forms when weathering breaks down rock. The small pieces of rock form the base of soil. At the same time, dead plants and animals fall to the ground. These once living things break down into bits. The bits become part of the soil too. We learned about weathering yesterday or the other day when we started the lesson on rocks. Soil is made up of many tiny pieces mixed together. What can you observe about this soil? So looking at that soil, looking at that picture, what do you see? Right, so it is dark. It has bits of rock in it, maybe, okay? Maybe you can see some rock, okay? So it has bits of rock in it. It takes all kinds. There are many kinds of soil. Soils can be different colors. Some soils can hold more water than other soils. Some soils are better for growing plants. Sand, humus, and clay are some of the things found in soil. Different amounts of these things make kinds of soil different. So the main idea is the most important idea about something. Draw 2 lines under the main idea. So what is the main idea? What is the whole paragraph talking about? The different kinds of soils, exactly. So the main idea is this sentence right here. So there are many kinds of soil. 2 lines under the main idea. The rest of the sentences are details. So these sentences just talk about the different kinds of soil. Down here, some soil gets very hard when it is dry. The soil in this desert does not hold water well or grow many plants. So this would not be a very good area to try to grow a garden. Oh, here are some more vocabulary words. Sand. Sand is made up of tiny pieces of rock. Sandy soil does not hold water well. Many plants cannot grow in it. So when you go to the beach, there's sand. You don't see a whole lot of plants growing on the beach. Humus. Humus is made of once living things. Soil that has a lot of humus holds water well and is good for growing many kinds of plants. Okay, so this dark soil, the humus, is definitely a really good thing to grow plants in. Clay is sticky when wet and smooth. Clay is sticky when wet and smooth when dry. Soil that has a lot of clay holds water well, but many plants do not grow well in it. Okay, so clay is not very good to grow stuff in either, even though it does hold water well. But it gets too hard. There's just not enough nutrients in it. Circle the picture of the part of soil that helps many kinds of plants grow. Let's write this one. Helps many kinds of plants grow. So I'm just going to underline some key words. So humus is made up of once living things, holds water well, and good for growing many kinds of plants. Sand is made up of tiny pieces of rock, does not hold water well, and cannot grow. Many plants cannot grow in it. Clay is sticky when wet and smooth when dry. You see this a lot at the baseball fields. Okay. Clay holds water well, but many plants do not grow well in it. Very important. I just underlined some key words and some key details about each soil because that might come up later for answers in our brain check. Okay, so let's go back. Our vocabulary words are soil, sand, humus, and clay. Pause the video if you need more time to write your answers. And if you forget, here's the word soil. Sorry, right here. And then our other 3 vocabulary words. Write 2 things that soil is made of. Well, I forget. What is soil made of? Let's go back. Made up of small pieces of rock and once living things. Okay, don't be afraid to turn your pages and look for the answers. Small pieces of rock and once living things. Order it. Write 1, 2, or 3 to show the order of how a plant becomes part of the soil. Let's read through it. The plant begins to break into pieces. A plant dies and falls to the ground. The pieces get smaller and become part of the soil. So which thing would have to come first? A plant dies and falls to the ground. Then the plant begins to break into pieces. The last part, the pieces get smaller and become part of the soil. Sequence of events, the order in which things happen. Down here, you can draw a picture of humus and a picture of sand. So for my sand, I'm just going to draw like little dots because water does not go very well in sand. And then my humus, I'm probably going to draw it to be dense, and dense means tight together. I'm going to draw a nice plant, maybe a nice flower. Okay, and there you go. Your brain check. It says match each part of the soil to its description, then add another fact about it. So you're going to figure out which picture, which type of soil goes with which description. So up here it says it is sticky when it is wet. So what is sticky when it is wet? Go back to this page and read which one says it is sticky when wet. Then you can also say smooth when dry. Then write another fact here and match your descriptions. On the back, fill in the chart, how soil forms. This is where you're going to find how soil forms on this page. When weathering breaks down rock. The small pieces of rock form the base of the soil, and dead plants and animals fall to the ground. So small pieces of rock form the base of the soil. And dead plants and animals break down into bits. Okay. And that is how soil is formed. All the bits mixed together to make soil. Okay? All right, make sure you do your brain check on the Google Forms for this lesson. That is it for today. Thank you.